Flashing lights in the dark barracks on engines scream till the wild hearts succumb. Virtual roads where the asphalt sweat fire, chasing glory through the chaos of desire. Your TV burning in my veins tonight. Wheels spin, pixels ignite the fight. Flag to flag, every moment is stream. No TV, we're living the dream. Roaring engines, pixels bursting like flames. The digital warriors, no face, just names. Science going for the sweet finish line. Sweat soaked battles outside space and time. No TV burning in my veins tonight. Wheels spin, pixels ignite the fight. Flag to flag, every moment is stream. No TV, we're living the dream. Roaring engines, pixels bursting like flames. Digital warriors, no face, just names. Tires calling for the sweet finish line. Sweat soaked battles outside space and time. No TV burning in my veins tonight. Wheels spin, pixels ignite the fight. Flag to flag, every moment is stream. No TV, we're living the dream. Strap me in, fuel me with untamed speed. Data in the storm, all the rush I need. Glitches on the edge, chaos in the stream. Sim racing paradise, unraveling the sea. No TV burning in my veins tonight. Wheels spin, pixels ignite the fight. Flag to flag, every moment is stream. No TV, we're living the dream. Flashing lights in the dark barracks on engines scream till the wild hearts succumb. Virtual roads where the asphalt sweat fire, chasing glory through the chaos of desire. No TV burning in my veins tonight. Wheels spin, pixels ignite the fight. Flag to flag, every moment is stream. No TV, we're living the dream. Roaring engines, pixels bursting like flames. The digital warriors, no face, just names. Science going for the sweet finish line. Sweat soaked battles outside space and time. No TV burning in my veins tonight. Wheels spin, pixels ignite the fight. Flag to flag, every moment is stream. No TV, we're living the dream. Roaring engines, pixels bursting like flames. Digital warriors, no face, just names. Tires calling for chaos of the endless night. Fight to fight, we live the speed. Nothing defeats our endless need. Heartbeats pound and engines climb. Best broadcast under the virtual sky. Turn the wheel, feel the breakneck roll. Sim racers tearing through the thunder soul. Gear shifts crack like a lightning storm. Digital warriors breaking the norm. Turn the wheel, feel the breakneck roll. Sim racers tearing through the thunder soul.
And welcome back to Nerd TV for another OTSS Select Series race live from the virtual Chicagoland Speedway, where we're set to go 120 laps here this evening as we get our countdown to green underway, presented of course by Icon Apparel Company. That is iconapparelcompany.com to suit your team up with your favorite colors, with a full dyed jersey, custom hat with embroidery, some racing gloves, you name it, whatever. That's iconapparelcompany.com. And here is the race stats here for this 120 lap event here this evening. 76 degrees in the air, 112 steam with track temp right now. 9 degree, now 10 coming out of the west northwest there. Dry surface, of course, because oval doesn't have wet yet. 3 additional sets of tires, 3 green-white checkered attempts, 100 fuel percent capacity around this 1.53 mile Chicagoland Speedway at Joliet. And here we go. My name is Jeremy Stanley, aka Jay Swifty. To my right, Dustin Loxton, Ballistic on the internet, if he even goes by that anymore. I don't think he does. I think he's retired it. I don't see it anywhere. But
not retired yet. Not retired yet. Not retired yet.
Not yet, he says. Well, great news. We're live. We got cameras. Second week. We're sponsored by Dubby, taking over the new driver or the commentator portion here on the pre-race show, and he's got his cup. I don't have milk, so I don't have my s'mores flavor in the cup tonight. But
slacker.
What you got over there?
I have Dub Sludge. This stuff's actually pretty good if you like apple. Dub Sludge, definitely the way to go. And I got a new one to try tomorrow, which is going to be push and punch. So
biased opinion here that black and green tub goes with our theme.
Mild.
Perfect. As we got 2 minutes left in this practice session, let's talk a little points. Actually, I kind of was digging around the points. You know, we haven't really talked about teams. I know, like, there's some teams that are much larger than others, and that's fine and dandy, right? There's your driver points. Ross Tatum, 41 points over Jacob Grant. Tyler Honeycutt, 51 back out of the lead. Tyler Honeycutt, DJ Honey, there's just Honeycutts all over the place. 3rd, 4th, or 5th. 51, 70, 73 back.
Well, what does Ross say? We're up to 21 now? 21 Honeycutts, all 21 of them?
Yeah, all 21 of them, that's right. Taking up 2/3 of the field. Team standings, though, that's kind of a shocker. I clicked on the team standings just to check some things out, right? There's only a 1-point difference between Ghost Motorsports and Old Dog Racing. 1 point. And we're on race number 10 of the 12 race schedule. So I'm going to try to lock that down as we get to the final couple of races, which is Chicagoland, Phoenix, and Las Vegas, Dustin. So that'd be something to kind of point our cameras out here as we go 120 laps here this evening.
Oh, absolutely. And speaking of that, we have a shout out that we have to give. So tonight's race is the Mary Jones Classic here at what would be a home track for Nerditudes, Jeremy, in the state of Illinois, Chicagoland. And we want to wish a belated happy 70th birthday out to, from what we've been told, Jeremy, one of our biggest fans, doesn't miss a broadcast, hoots and hollers and cheers on every single person. Alexa, stop. Jesus. Hoots and hollers, especially when they're door panel to door panel, yells at in a nice way. When people are getting close to the wall, telling them to get off the wall. But Grandma Mary, happy belated 70th birthday. We are so happy to have you watching the broadcast, and we're happy that we could sit here and showcase what these drivers can do to entertain you for an hour or two every Tuesday night.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. I know we have some fans that tune in and shout out on the chats and whatnot, but you don't hear about those ones. You'd watch it from the TV every single week and give us a view there. So that's really cool. Happy birthday to you. I know it's a couple days ago, but regardless, we're live first time since your birthday. So big shout out there. And here we go. Qualifying time. So we're going to turn off our cameras, go full screen here in this session. And 5 minutes, 2 laps. Who's got the fastest time around Chicagoland? Refreshing this track. Welcome back to the oval side of things in Chicago.
Yeah, and it's Jeremy. You and I have talked about this. I absolutely love Chicagoland. I might have been a little miffed when they pulled it off of the schedule, but glad that it has been brought back. Especially for the reason why it was pulled off the schedule and replaced with a street course. But we'll let that lay right where it's at. But this track always poses some great racing, so I expect nothing less out of these drivers tonight to put on a fantastic show. Remember, they went flag to flag last week, Jeremy. I mean, it was an amazing show, great race. So that's exactly what I expect from these guys.
Yeah, no, 100% here. There was a lot of high side action over this past weekend here from the real drivers, and now we're going to see on the virtual side. I know in past when we've ran here, in the past couple of years anyways, that the third groove, especially off of turn 2, works so well. I think iRacing adjusted the grip levels a little bit to give it more a simulated feel up there. So we could see a lot of potential high side runs. And, then there's the tire strategy that goes along with it. And I guess we get a little stutter there, I think, from, I don't know if that was Discord or whatnot, but we're back there at a normal pace. But yeah, I think this is going to be a lot of cool different lines that are going to be ran, which is going to spice some things up. Maybe it'll be one of those moments, Dustin, where since we don't run here often, we might see a breakout driver somewhere that's kind of lurking to get themselves maybe into the top 10 or top 5 in points.
Yeah, I mean, and they're going to have to do something right now because Mr. Zebra Cakes himself, Ross Tatum, has been on a rail over the last few weeks. And actually, I mean, it's him and Joshua Altus. They have both been running it pretty stout. But we're coming into some tracks that are more driver-style tracks. So it's the way the drivers run them. We might see something a little different right now. Right now, Jackson Clark at the top of the charts. Bobby Mantle up there. One of Bobby's higher starting positions so far this season. So this definitely looks like it's a track that suits his driving style. And we were on board with Ronnie Hurst. Again, very similar. So this might be a track where we see driver, a new driver in victory lane. Besides that number 1 Zebra Cake or that 94 of Joshua Altus.
Yeah, 100% here. I can confirm that Ross is still here. I know we're expecting him to drop out 1 week within the next 2 races to
I think it's next week.
Attend to some work.
Yeah, I think it's next week.
Next week, he says. So there you go. So we got the TwistedSpeedSetup.com in truck telemetry, which, by the way, Twisted Speed Setups has been huge. I don't think we're going to be doing Spa. I think it's questionable at best, but the setups that they have been providing us and the setups that I've been running in the GT SimCube series, just complete top-notch product. So if you haven't done so already, Twisted Speed Setups is the way to go for Road Series. A lot of different cars within the Road Series. Of course, all the oval stuff's taken care of for you. And seeing EJ Luna here complete his laps. Now here's Jacob Grant up against the wall. And his number 27. This is his lap number 1, Dustin. And he's got 45 seconds left on the clock. I'm not sure he's going to get to the line to complete the second lap.
Yeah, I don't think that he's going to.
Gonna be close.
It's going to be close. It's going to be real close. He gets to the line right now with about 32 seconds left.
Yeah, it's
So
31.
it's going to be super close. Like he's just going to hit it at that rate because they're doing about 31 threes, 31 fours. So it's going to be very, very close. But yeah, Twisted Speed setups, Jeremy, has gotten you some wins in that road race and that Ferrari challenge. So their stuff is definitely bringing the heat, for sure.
Yeah, the Ferrari challenge. I got 3 wins and 7 starts, spanning all 3 weeks that I've started out of the 4 total. So, rocking it there. But yeah, the GT3 stuff, I've been running it. That SimCube stuff has the open setup, and I've been satisfied nonetheless. But here we go. Qualifying done. Jacob Grant got his time posted. And we're going to go over the starting lineup presented by Brett's Coffee Co. for the Mary Jones Classic. And here we go. Abram Ghostin. I think this is his first pole of the season. Going to bring Jackson Clark alongside him there in second place, row 2. Bobby Mantle starts in third with Ronnie Hurst on the outside. Starting in fourth, row 3 and 5th will be Jason Pick, Joshua Altus on the outside in 6th. Row 4 is in 7th place, DJ Honeycutt. Jacob Grant to the outside and P number 8. And around out the top 10 starting lineup, Jonathan Hammond in 9th. Will Bustler starts in 10th. 11th, you're going to find Tyler Honeycutt in the 45. Brad Miner starts in P12. Row 7 and 13th, Ross Tatum, your current points leader, with EJ Luna to the outside in 14th. 15th place, you will find Caleb Smith of Donnie Honeycutt to his outside in 16th. Row 9 and 17th, Jonathan Gaston and truck number 72, Polly Torrance to the outside in 18th. And to round out the top 20, Carson Osborne in the 93, Danny White starts in 20th. 21st, Thomas Ogle into his outside. Stephen Abbassed starts in 22nd. 23rd place, Alejandro Khan. Dave Harrington rounds out in 24th. 25th will be Nerd Esports driver Steve Rada. Nathan Van Zandt starts in 26th. And P27, the caboose of the field to take the green flag, Chris Harrington, truck 77 in position 27. It's 27 entries, Dustin. This is how we want to see to close out the year with almost 30 entries. And it's for the birthday race, the Mary Jones Classic, 70th birthday.
Absolutely. And I tell you what, I mean, these drivers keep showing up and showing out numbers, and the racing has been fantastic. And Jeremy, it's not just up front either. We have a hard time covering all the drivers and all the close battles and the hard racing because they don't make it easy on us. I mean, they will be covering one battle and we'll have, you know, good battles going on in about 2 other spots. So trying to cover everything, there's racing action, and these drivers know how to put on a damn good show for sure.
Yeah, this is going to be a very fun race. I got no question about it. We got points for the Drivers' Championship, the Team Championship. It's completely up for grabs between 2 teams of Old Dog and Ghost Motorsports. We got 13 live on the YouTube right now. A couple straggling in on the Twitch side. So I know those numbers will pick up. Get you guys switching and whatnot between Twitch and YouTube with the numbers going on both. We'll be appreciating that along the way for 120 laps. See a lot of dust here on the back straightaway. iRacing loves to throw a dirty track at these drivers when they start these races. Even if you check mark to clean the track off before the race starts, then it's okay. It's going to make it a fun event here. Pace truck should be pulling down any moment. Restart zone shortly ahead right after that. Here we go. Throttles out the ready, and just before the box, the green flag is displayed on the 25. Stephen Abbott said going to take a nice launch here. I'm sorry. Adam Ghostin's going to take the launch out here. Jason, 31 there's going to be on the outside with Ronnie Hurst. Gives him a good shove into turn number 1 there. Not going to be able to carry the momentum off the corner as much as I was thinking. Going to keep it directly side by side, and we're already 3 wide there for a short amount of time with EJ Luna up the middle into turn 3.
Yeah, it's still side by side is Abram Ghostin and Jackson Clark right now. And you see that highline momentum, Jeremy. This track is big on that highline momentum. And you see Jackson Clark starting to go forward. He loses it in corner entry, gains it in corner exit. The question is, who is going to overcome here? Little slip up there by the 25. He has to check up, Jeremy, and that's going to give the 31 of Jackson Clark what he needs to take the race lead.
Yeah, 1,000% there. Takes it with a 2 truck length advantage into turn 3. Gonna wash up the track a little bit. Abram Ghostin, number 25. He's actually got 22 on the door, which originally slipped me up there. He's gonna go 3 to 4 truck lengths back now. Bobby Mantle's gonna be within 1 into turn number 1. P3 he goes. Ronnie Hurst gonna run that middle groove, and there's a lot of trucks doing it. Oh, William Bustler, careful, man, getting loose there. As they're still piling up 3 wide back straightaway.
Yeah, 3 wide, EJ Luna on the inside. Jonathan Hammond, little contact there with the doors. You got Brad Miner, Jacob Grant up top. Very close quarters there, but they get through still 3 wide as they cross the line. Luna, Hammond, Miner still 3 wide as they dive it off into turn 1.
Still maintaining a perfect formation here. Little contact, Hammond into the door panel, and Brad Miner. They give each other space. Back straightaway, EJ Luna using up all the virtual Goodyear rubber to keep himself in pace on the bottom. Finally goes to 2 wide as Brad Miner clears, gets a little bobble into his truck, checks up the inside lane. Here comes the 92 from the A-pillar camera looking back at the 46 on the 92 of Hammond's truck into turn number 1. Still awesome 2x2 racing for quite a bit of the field.
Yeah, 46 Brad Miner, wicked loose there with EJ Luna there. EJ packing a little air on the rear spoiler of Brad Miner, and his truck was not liking it. And Jeremy, we're going to throw some of those close quarter cameras in there a little bit more often, because we know that's what Grandma Mary really likes to get her going, was watching these trucks get super close.
Super close indeed there. Chats have already fired up here between race control Robert Martin and Rusty Schweitzer, saying he's rooting on Jackson Clark there. The race leader at the moment, 2/10, as we're watching EJ Luna still duke it out with Brad Miner. And to turn number 3, still not giving it up. There's quite a few positions up for grabs, a lot of side-by-side racing still to be had. They finally clear each other as the 93 Carson Osborne slams the wall off of turn 4.
Yeah, slams the wall off turn 4, and that's going to go almost. Oh, no contact between the 2 Ram trucks, and that's going to put Steve Rada into the wall. Could be damage on that truck there as he finally gets unstuck. Jeremy, that wall glue effect that was there, and that started from the 93 of Carson Osborne getting in the wall and checking up the rest of the field there, and everybody was scrambling to try to do it, and it put the 3 of Steve Rada in a 3 wide situation that he clearly did not want to be a part of going in. Tried to get back up in line, Jeremy, and just was not clear.
Yeah, it definitely Steve did not want to be in that position. You could tell because he gave 3 truck links to the inside, forced the 93 up into the wall a little bit, gave him about a half a truck length away from it, and just kept washing him up there a little bit, and contact was finally had. And so he's going to need a caution of some sort to get him fully repaired up, because that did take him about a half a lap to get his truck back up to speed. But remaining green flag here for the moment in time. Cycling through here, look at the field dust and just tons of 2x2 still to be had, middle, top, bottom. Every ounce of the racing real estate is taken up by someone or somewhere.
Oh yeah, and I mean side by side, a lot of 2x2 battling going on. We get a little sprinkle of 3 wide battling going on. This track has enough room for it, especially on that curved front straightaway if drivers drop below the apron. But we've seen drivers go into it 3 wide as we have a 3 wide battle there. That was momentarily EJ Luna was on the inside of Jacob Grant, Polly Torrance, and he does a slide job move right up in front of the 6 of Polly Torrance, Jeremy, clearing both Grant and Torrance. Oh, contact!
64-46. They
Saves
save it. Bradley Miner.
Oh,
Best
Danny
save
White.
of the race. Danny White
Saves
wants to
it.
try to top it.
Double save, man. Oh, jeez.
That's a form of karma when the 64 gets into the 46, and then all of a sudden, Danny has to save it. And here we go. One of those rules of thumb here. If you have the corner, cool. But Bradley, actually, you know what? I think Brad came down for a little bit of a block. He should have saw Danny had the run, had the momentum, went to go chop the nose, maybe not realizing it. And so it knocks both of them back quite a few positions.
Yeah. That's going to be detrimental on that. Danny White fell all the way back to 26 by the time he was able to get that thing gathered back up. So, again, couple drivers in dire need of a caution right now, that flappy piece of yellow fabric. One driver that's not wanting that right now is going to be that 31. Jackson Clark, since he took the lead, has not looked back, Jeremy. Abram Ghostin has stayed close within about 2 truck lengths, but these 2 drivers have started gapping themselves away from 3rd place Ronnie Hurst and 4th place Josh Waltis.
Not to make mention, too, that the 46 of Minor is on Ghost Motorsports. The 64 of White is on Old Dogs. Remember the 1-point team separation?
The 1-point separation.
Mixing it up there, trying to spice some things up to see who can shake one another to get that top position. As, Robert Martin was enjoying that. He said double nice saves there. Holy smokes.
Now, Jeremy, now we know these drivers, okay? And we know that Danny White, Brad Minor, there is no beef, but just because of the team aspect, just because it's funny, we're going to play the boozy jerky we have beef section just because that's it's beef but not beef, because we know these guys, they're very close, they run very well together, they've been running together for a long time. So it was just ironic enough that the drivers from both of the teams that are duking it out for the team championship got into it there.
We have virtual beef jerky with these guys here, as that's a sponsor plug switch. That segment didn't have one, now it does. Makes perfect sense to have boozy jerky on there. And so, looking down the back straightaway here, 27, 23 in the 6 currently on your screen. Lap 15 underway. We got My Grandma Joe on YouTube saying, "Let's go Jackson." Of course, Rusty Spicer's been saying that as well. So, a couple of Jackson Clark fans out there, and well, he's still leading the race. As we're watching a lot of single file, but really good battle. Look at that. They're single file, then they fan out. Dustin, you do that because you want the air on the nose to maximize the downforce on these trucks. And watch, they're going to do it every single time. Single file straight away, fans out in the corner.
Yeah, and again, that dirty air will make these trucks super pushy, and you see Bobby Mantle low, Jason Pick just a half a lane higher, and then Jonathan Hammond a half a lane higher than Pick. And they'll do that through the corner because they'll get that rotation. Like you said, they get that downforce on the front nose, they get that front bite, and they get that rotation going through. And that's what they're doing. And then you got somebody like EJ Luna. He way up here in the marbles. There you go, Grandma Mary, right there. You say about getting away from that wall, we're right on board with EJ because he's giving you all the wall love.
Yeah, I think this is her favorite camera angle, right? One where she loves to run right up against that wall. EJ Luna's going to do it for you from this beautiful spoiler camera. As they're still riding on there. Let's see what happens in turn 1 and 2. This is where a lot of grip takes place. And yep, EJ Luna's looking for it. Half a truck length, less than half a length. Or width, rather.
And we're going
around
a quarter
that
right there.
outside wall. Yeah, I'd say about a quarter. That sounds pretty accurate there. And then turn 3, he's going to have to drop it down a little bit there because the 53 on the outside. Jason Pick going to take away the draft there momentarily from that beautiful line that EJ Luna's running. As we're kind of cycling through, looking at Bobby Mantle's spoiler.
Yeah, speaking of Bobby Mantle, I mean, we do have our Boozy Jerky Caffeine team drivers here. So you get to look off of the deck lid there, looking back at Jonathan Hammond, Jason Pick, EJ Luna, but then you also get to see his VR as he goes through the corners there as well. So kind of a neat look, and we appreciate Bobby Mantle giving us his view because not one that we get to toy around with very often.
Something else we don't get to toy around with too often is watching Ronnie Hurst power move into second place. And the 33 truck is on the hunt, Dustin, to lead his first laps of the season. Look at him on the outside. He powers around Abram Ghostin, takes the slingshot effect on the outside of 1 and 2. And I think, remember what I said in the previous, when I have that little breakout driver? Ronnie Hurst to the point, 33, going to lead his first lap of the night.
Yeah, and I mean, and that's what we covered in the Countdown to Green presented by Icon Apparel Company, was this is one of those driver tracks. You wouldn't think about it because it's one of those cookie cutter tracks. But, I mean, some drivers can run, some drivers cannot. But this battle is not over. Wicked loose for the 33 there is Jackson Clark getting close, trying to pack a little air on the rear end. And now side by side. And now we've got a three-way battle for the lead between the 31 of Jackson Clark, 33 of Ronnie Hurst, and the 25 of Abram Ghostin.
Great battle here. Jackson does not want to give it up. Gets a little loose, drives it deep on below the apron there. Abram almost went 3 wide, going to keep it 2 wide in the turn 1 on lap 22. 33 Hurst, great launch all the way through the beginning and center of 1, 2. Clears them. Oh, Joshua Altus almost clipped the back bumper of the 25 of Abram Ghostin. And out of nowhere, here comes the 15.
Where did he come from?
DJ Honeycutt from 10 seconds back, I feel like. And he just worked his way to the top 3.
He was not anywhere on our radar. And for to further that, the 11 of Will Bustler hasn't been either. And Will Bustler's now up in this mix as well, as we've got a big-time battle here, almost 3 wide, Jeremy.
They looked like they wanted to go 3 wide. Will is one of those looser trucks here. Looks like he's been running that right rear off his 11, and it's finally paying off as the right front still remaining cool. And it's showing the grip here late in the run here. Lap 23 completed. Lap 24 on the boards right now. Looking at that number 11, they're all single filed as they're going to pass Steve Rada here, one of the first lappers of the evening. And he's going to go really high for these drivers. Scrape off a little more paint. Why not? Some more wall glue. Presented by Steve Rada, painting the outside wall. But back on the back straightaway here. Who is going to take the next leap for position?
Yeah, and that's the question right now. 33 Ronnie Hurst has got about a 4-truck length advantage over the 31 of Jackson Clark. But Jackson Clark, a lot of heat going on right now as he's battling big time with DJ Honeycutt, Joshua Altus, and Abram Ghostin. DJ dives down to the inside. He's going to try to do it. Not going to get him clear. Has to back out of it. So he's going to lose that momentum that he just had, and he may fall to the clutches of Joshua Altus.
Big moment in the points here. Ross Tatum, truck number 1, lost internet connection. He's back in the race, but he's 3 laps down. Truck number 1 going to be missing next week, and potentially now in a position to have a really bad finish here this evening. Really going to shake up the points lead. But looking back still at the race leaders, the 31, even though he dropped out of the lead into second, Jackson is not holding up. He's utilizing the draft to his advantage, keeping distance between himself and Joshua Altus, who holds 3rd place at the moment. It's a fantastic job of these drivers up here in the top 5, racing hard and very clean as we go boozy, tipsy, camera flying.
Oh, yeah, now we're going to have a good heated battle here for second. Joshua Altus on the inside of the 31 of Jackson Clark as they try to battle it out. And apparently we can sit here and clip through fences too, because we're just that good. We are just that good.
You know what we advertised? We can't go, 2 objects can't physically take up the same place at the same time.
Unless you're the
nerds.
That's
which,
right.
you know, they got that juice. But great flying here. We get from the inside view, slightly closing on these guys like he's racing the actual racing line from the grass area, infield style. Oh, and a little camera tilt to the angle. Okay. Dustin's not only flying now, he's pretending like he's in the banking.
That's right. Right. We do great things up here, Jeremy. At this battle right here, and here we go. Altus trying to make that power move to the inside. He's on the inside of Jackson Clark right now. He's going to have him cleared. He can slide up if need be. But Jackson Clark, here comes that power move on the outside. Not going to have the run, though. 94, Joshua Altus, 2nd place.
Side by side, at least momentarily. DJ's going to drop it back. Single file now. Goes the top 6. as we're still getting great aerial views here from the Tipsy camera, flown by yours truly, Dustin Loxton, a lap 29 now, the scheduled 120 laps. As we're now riding on Ronnie Hurst, 33, race leader, has the 94 of Altus within 4 truck lengths for the top spot here. Is we're gonna go driver versus driver, Dustin. We're gonna take a look here. We'll utilize some of our tools in this race. Buddy versus Buddy, presented by Frostbuddy, and that's at frostbuddy.com/nerditudes. That'll take you to their webpage, buy what you want, and they'll give us some kudos for sending you that way. But look at 94 going to the bottom here. The 15 drives it in deep, has to touch the brake, allowing him to not touch the 31. But as you see the stats there, it's a wash, Dustin. They say you're going to catch him in 6 laps, but you see the green and red there on the bottom half of the screen. He's just being consistently inconsistent with the greens and reds.
Yeah, and like I said, I mean, this takes into account their last 5 laps, and on that average there. But I mean, he's getting there, Jeremy. I mean, that 4 laps may be accurate as far as catching them, and well, maybe not as accurate because Jeremy, he's caught him as the 33 gets a little loose there, as does the 11 of Will Bustler. Battle for the race lead. Hurst on the outside, Altus on the inside as they go diving it off into turn 1. Who is going to claim that top spot?
There's a lot of grip out there on the outside of 1 and 2. Can Altus overcome that? He does a great job. Gets to the throttle early. The truck does not get too tight. Ronnie almost clears him. Now this is where Altus has the chance. A little more give to the inside lane, and 3 and 4 are going to climb up the track crossover. Ronnie sticks to the back bumper, not going to make the pass effort. Joshua Altus, your new race leader on lap 33.
Yeah, 33, Ronnie Hurst not done yet. Goes back to the attack on that top side, but creeping into the picture. 31 of Jackson Clark, 15 of DJ Honeycutt, 25 of Abram Ghostin. As now there's a battle between DJ Honeycutt and Abram Ghostin side by side. That's going to be for the 4th position.
Just now, they were single file, Dustin, and now they're just side by side, trying to flip-flop positions anywhere they possibly can here late into this green flag cycle. As the 15 goes to the top of the 31, gets to the right rear quarter panel, goes all the way up to the outside wall. Jackson has to run the 2nd to 3rd lane to try to keep the 15 at bay. He does, slides in front. DJ crosses over to the inside. A little bit of momentum and some side draft. Drives it in deep, throws it to the bottom. This is going to clear him, but he can't drive up the track because the 33 is there.
Yeah, that's going to hurt his exit speed there as you see the 31. Oh, contact between Ronnie Hurst and Jackson Clark. That's going to slow him down. Now it's a battle for 2nd between DJ Honeycutt and Ronnie Hurst. DJ on the inside. He's going to get that cleared, Jeremy, and now he sets his sights for the 94 Joshua Altus.
As you go, the other driver versus driver here, battle for P1. That was on the lower right-hand side of your screen there. As we're looking at Ronnie, drives it right next to the back of the number 11, Mr. Bustler. Releases him just a little bit there in the entrance of 3. This truck gets a little too tight, can't throttle up. Jackson skims the wall, and he's still going to clear the 33, getting to turn number 1. Side by side, 2nd place. Up for grabs here, Will to the inside, DJ on the outside. Can DJ get the run from the top? It looks like he's got the momentum. He's going to have to move to the bottom if he's going to try anything like he did a couple laps ago. This time, though, he's going to lock it and stay behind him.
Yeah, Will Bustler, just excellent drive down there. Good, clean exit. Takes over 2nd position. That knocks DJ Honeycutt back to 3rd. And now DJ under fire from the 31 of Jackson Clark and the 25 of Abram Ghostin. And Jeremy, while all this battling's going on, we have a pack that is closed in on these drivers, led by the 89 of Bobby Mantle and the 27 of Jacob Grant. They've now closed in. Side-by-side battle between the 27 and 89. And then you have Thomas Ogle back there in the 23 that's also closing in. So, Jeremy, this little 6 truck pack that we had going on is now turned into a 9 truck race.
You're not getting this kind of racing from the Chicago street course in these trucks. Nope, you're getting it all here from the mile and a half venue there in Joliet. As we got 2 wide, 3 wide, we're 38 laps into a run, and we got a wreck.
Contact!
Ronnie Hurst spins to the inside. First caution is going to take up the 27 of Jacob Grant unless he can save it. 33 crosses back down the track. That was risky business. Able to come out contact-free on that exchange. So, first caution lap 38 of the evening, and it looks like a bad bump from Bobby
Bad
Mantle.
bump. Yep, that's what it looked like. You seen the back of that truck lift up there, and it just shot it down. Contact with the 27 of Jacob Grant. And we're going to try to take a couple more looks at this, couple different angles, see what we got here. We're going to back that up there.
Yeah, she will, as we're going to go.
Yeah.
Here we go. Let's see if we can get a good view. Here we go. This is a great view. A little bit of a separation there. No contact.
No contact. So we
No.
retract our statement. There was no contact there.
And why the subtle move to the inside? But I'm actually, you know what? I'm getting reports that there was a wheel disconnect from Ronnie Hurst.
Okay, so that makes sense why it was such an abrupt turn down like that. So yeah, I mean that would make sense.
Yep, they came across the driver radio and said his wheel came disconnected, which, I mean, his wheel looks like... So this, okay, so right there, that's him. But the moment that he turns down, you see the sudden jolt. I don't know, Dustin. I don't know, because there was counter steer.
Yeah, that's
Ronnie said himself
that's a tough
that
one.
his wheel came disconnected from the driver himself, so we got to take that into consideration there. But there was an initial counter steer right away, so either there was like a little second of glitch that made him do it, and then he tried to fight it right when it came back to him. That could possibly be. Could be a lot of different scenarios there, but anyways, that's a mechanical error to cause the first caution.
Yeah, caused the first caution, Jeremy, and that is, like I said, that's going to be a tough one. I mean, there was contact with the wall. We know these trucks are resilient, but how resilient, are they? What damage caused that? Handling is so vital at this track that you gotta have that. So we'll see what happens here on how this is going to go, and it looks like the 3 of Steve Rada should get the wave around here.
Yeah, he should be able to pull ahead this time. Well, actually, no. Ross Tatum, 2 laps down to Steve Rada's 12. Steve gets the wave around, not doing the pit stop.
Correct.
There goes the 20 of Nathan Van Zandt.
So the 1 should have received the extra lap presented by Extra Life award on that
Which he
one.
did. He went from 3 down to 2. So he needs 2 more yellow flappy fabric things to get him back to where he was early in the race. Race control just confirmed that was a mechanical failure. No penalty to be found for the 33. So all clear there. Good call, I would say, on my personal take. Half a lap left before we go back to green flag. Restarting this thing on lap 40, which will signal 1/3 down. Well, actually, it's lap 42. I apologize. Lap 42. So just past a third of the way completed in this event.
Yeah, and like I said, I mean, it's real drivers have mechanical failures. Sim drivers, or as I call myself, a pretend race car driver, we have mechanical failures too. Could be internet, could be PC, could be equipment and steering wheel, but we do have mechanical failures as well, and it looks like that is exactly what happened to the 33 Ronnie Hurst. Green flag flies. Joshua Altus takes a commanding lead on that restart. Will Bustler up there, but we have all kinds of stuff happening back here, Jeremy. We are 3-4 wide almost. We are 4 wide going into turn 1. Boys, this is not going to work. Somebody's got to back it out. Who's it going to be? And it looks like it's Steven Abbas that says, nah, we're going back to 3 wide, boys. 4 wide, a little too much.
4-2 there off of turn 2. This all started with contact. Paulie Torrance, I don't think, got the correct gear. Then he got a little tag from the back bumper, and it shook up the mid-pack of the field here and caused the 4 wide. Now we're 3 wide. EJ Luna back to the bottom here. Quite a few spots up ahead. EJ's been fighting this both times now on a fresh set of virtual Goodyears, and
Whoa!
this time he's going to have to save it to keep his position. But I love the attempts here by EJ Luna. It's not working for his long run, but the short run, he is trying to pass anything and everything.
Ooh, near contact between the 89 of Bobby Mantle and the 15 of DJ Honeycutt. Bobby tried to go to the low line and realized at the last second that it was occupado by the 15 of DJ Honeycutt. Back to 3 wide, EJ Luna on the inside of DJ Honeycutt. He gets that cleared. Thomas Ogle was up on that top side. Back to 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 by 2.
As DJ gets right next to the back bumper of EJ Luna, ships him into turn 3, gives him the separation to put the air on the nose of that truck. EJ is going to keep the momentum that he was received into turn 3. Now looking onward to the 11 of Mr. Bustler. Side by side behind him for 4 consecutive rows, getting to turn number 1 on lap 45. You see a couple trucks running the very top early in the going here, especially that 23 truck there from Thomas Ogle, trying his best in that Sunny D Toyota Tundra to make that third lane work for him in the short run. Bobby Mantle loose into the corner, checks him up a little bit.
Yeah, and that's not what you want to happen, especially with as tight as these drivers are. 3 wide battle right now. Torrance on the low side, Hammond in the middle, Ogle on the top side. They go back to 2 by 2, and that's going to put Caleb Smith in that 53 slide job up in front of Bobby Mantle. Man, that was close.
That was so close there. Paulie almost got loose into Jason Pick as well, so a couple potential wrecks happening right there off of turn 2, but we stay clear of that. Looking at them looking off of turn 4. A lot more space given this time around. Dustin, we're going to go turn up the toots here, presented by the Butt Kicker, and listen to these trucks go around Chicagoland. full screen here. Lap 54 underway here out of the schedule. 120 laps here for the Mary Jones Classic. For what did they call her in the drivers meeting? Nana G. Was it Nana G?
They said you could call her Nana Jones, Grandma Jones, Grandma Honeycutt, Nana Honeycutt, and I
Honey
believe
G.
it was Honey G. Bobby Mantle said we're going to call her Honey G.
Honey G. Honey G's birthday this past weekend, and that's why we're celebrating her tonight, as this league, OTSS, just continues to be just family and friend oriented along the way. You get to know these leagues as you call the races week in and week out. We've done this now for almost 2 complete seasons with OTSS, and I think this has probably been the most tight-knit league that we've called, Dustin, ever. And they bring the numbers, they bring the performance, they bring the excitement on the camera. They're always friendly to talk to us. It's just like a perfect pairing, and that's why basically we are, I think we are the home for OTSS going forward until somebody throws in the towel.
Yes, that was the discussions a few weeks ago. The only place you will catch OTSS is with Nerditudes here on Nerd TV. And like you said, that is until either OTSS throws the towel in or Nerditude throws the towel in. So this is the official home. And I tell you what, you called it the Mary Jones Classic. That's what they're calling it. And these drivers are putting on a classic Chicagoland race, Jeremy, during the Turn Up the Tubes segment. We were talking about just that. This is the type of racing we love seeing and what we expect from Chicagoland. So what better track to give Grandma Honey G herself the namesake than Chicagoland, while these drivers are putting on one hell of a show.
Speaking on a hell of a show here, the 31 Jackson Clark hits the wall off of turn 2 a decent amount there as Joshua Altez barely sneaks in front of him and took all the air off the nose of the 31. He got stupid tight and found the wall, but it doesn't look like it's hurting his performance at the moment. 2 truck lengths separates him from the 94. Will Bustler right there, going to pass EJ Luna. Now he's going to maybe look for the bottom. Nope, he's going to go to the top here into turn 3 to try to clear the 31 of Jackson. Riding on board the roof camera of Will. And I gave it up, Dustin, but he had the room just barely. Safe maneuver just to make sure that Jackson wasn't going to pinch him up too high. But he's going to cross him over. He knows he's got the speed. A little patience goes a long way.
Yeah, gave him a little bump there, packed the air a little bit to move him up to get the nose on the inside. Super close off turn 2 exit. Will Bustler on the inside, Jackson Clark on the outside. Jackson Clark in the 31 powers past Will, but Will's got that corner entry bite. But Jackson Clark on that high side, he's got that corner exit speed, Jeremy, and it just kind of equalizes out as they're in a drag race down that front stretch. Now, EJ Luna working in the picture.
Yeah, as he's starting to crawl back in. Remember that long first stint there, Dustin? Remember how that second pack that you see there on the upper half of your screen, they closed their gap in. They played the long game, and it played beautifully. So expect that to happen again in another 10 laps or so. As we're going to cross the line here to complete lap number 60 on to 61, which marks the halfway. And speaking of halfway, this is not intentional. This is a caution to cut the race in half. And Donnie Honeycutt, driver number 22, going to find some trouble into turn number 4. First time we really seen any issues off of turn 4 at all.
Oh, Jeremy, and that looks like an equipment issue. Look at his left tire there. They are turned 100, like as far to the left as you possibly can. And that happened so fast, Jeremy, there was probably no chance for them to even key up and even screaming out over voice chat that it was going on. And the 72 of Jonathan Gaston gets in the back of him. We're going to take another look here, riding on board, and you're going to see it. Watch his left wheel right there. Boom! All the way to the left. Oh, yeah.
And that's not a truck, Dustin. That is more hardware issue from the sim rig, this time off of Donnie Honeycutt. His wheel directly left. That's nothing broken on the truck. That is...
Oh, yeah, and that's what I was talking about. Sorry, I didn't clarify that. That's what I was talking about. When you see a wheel cut hard left like that, It is a hardware issue on the sim wheel itself that just does that. And like I said, unfortunately, the 72 Jonathan Gaston, I mean, just literally had no time to react on that because I mean, it happens in real time.
Wow, that's crazy. We've never seen this twice in one race, and we get it twice in at the halfway mark of this event here at Chicagoland.
Oh, that's why I couldn't
We're
find.
seeing.
I was going to go on board with Jonathan Gaston, so we're going to ride on board his roof. Here's real time. Everything's fine. Has no idea, and then all of a sudden, because it's already turning left, it's just naturally coming down the track like that. Jonathan Gaston, good save, has to take the pit road route in order to make it through. But yeah, that's tough, Jeremy. That is very tough. 2 in 1 race, like you said, that is something we don't really see all that often.
Yeah, 100% here. Right before we go green flag, we're going to thank a partner that allows us to do this every single Tuesday. That is going to be Empower Ed Research Institute. We're going to play their clip before we go back to green flag racing on lap 64. Here you go.
Education has the power to transform lives, and Empower Ed Research Institute is helping lead the way. Through research, innovation, and collaboration, we work to strengthen education, expand opportunity, and spark positive change in schools and communities. Empower Ed Research Institute, powering the future of learning. Reach out and become a part of the movement.
Thank you, Empower Ed Research Institute, for allowing us to do this every single Tuesday, and not just from the past, but the future onward, as they continue to support OTSS. And we got a half lap left before we go back to green flag racing here. And top 5 to start off this restart here for the 3rd green flag of the night. It's going to be Joshua Altis, Abram Ghostin in row 1, Will Bustler, EJ Luna, row 2, DJ Honeycutt, Jackson Clark. Going to be your top 3 rows. We're going to see who's the breakout on this one. As Pay Truck goes down now, throttles out the ready. Joshua Altis at the point, and here we go. He gets a great launch there over the 25 of Abram Ghostin. Will Bustler's going to sneak on through to try to take 2nd place going into turn 1.
Yeah, Will Bustler got a good restart on that one, plus that inside line launch. And he's on the inside right now of Abram Ghostin, side by side coming off of turn 2. And Will Bustler goes down in front of DJ Honeycutt trying to block that run, plus get a little push. But 25 of Abram Ghostin takes over 2nd place. EJ Luna powers around on the top side and goes around Will Bustler and the 25 of Abram Ghostin there for a double.
Holly Torrance, Danny White off of turn 4. These guys were all lap. This past lap on 64 was just crazy. They got to 4 wide off of turn 3. They got it back to 3 wide. And then Polly Torrance and Danny White find each other corner exit here. And it looks like... Polly just thought he had less space than what he did. Slams the outside wall trying to avoid Danny. Then still finds him off the corner exit for the 3rd caution this evening.
Yeah, and that was a hard hit, too. That even lifted the 64 of Danny White right up. But, yeah, it's these... I mean, we've seen a number of drivers tag that wall like that, Jeremy. It will. I mean, you can carry a good amount of speed through these corners. You really can. But they look like you can carry more speed than what you actually can, especially if you're on that mid to high line. And those turn exit walls, especially turn 4, because it can be an illusion, will creep up on you faster than you realize.
I'm just getting word from race control that the 6, Polly Torrance, is being tagged for that one, of course, as expected. As those 2 drivers are going to find their way down pit road and get their damage worked on. You see, 24. Oh, okay. With a big fake. Even got me. I thought he was going to give up his spot. I thought that was going to be crazy.
He even got the commentator booth, man. Well played, EJ.
He came off picture frame, and I thought it was all, but then it wasn't. So good job there, EJ. And we're gonna thank a couple more partners here, as we got just under 2 laps to go before back to green flag racing. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Hey, can you do me a favor? I'm really hungry, but I'm trapped in here, and I dropped my last piece of boozy jerky on the floor. I can't reach it. Would you mind grabbing me a bag of the most tender, flavorful booze-infused jerky on the planet? I promise I'll pay you back. I mean, I'd eat my piece, but I can't reach it. Oh, actually, I got it. Oh, it's so good. It's so tender, so flavorful. You should really pick yourself up a bag. But if you do, you can't eat it in here. Now, this is my spot. I own this spot. Boozy jerky. The original booze-infused beef jerky with a pair. Now available.
And back here, full screen, we're going back to Green Flag Racing on lap a very nice 69 out of the scheduled 120 laps here this evening. A giggity indeed. It's like puns included, intended. It's all intended with me here as we go. Green flag here, back to the Green Flag Racing for the 4th time here this evening after completing our 3rd caution of the evening. As we set off into turn number 1 here, Alta's 2 truck length advantage over the 25 or 3 wide. Will Bustler up the middle here, goes back to 2. Jackson tries to sneak, he doesn't get the grip. Will checks up just a little bit, 2 by 2, 15-11 side by side, 23-31 as they drive it off. Oh, Caleb Smith in the 54 going to the outside.
Oh, yeah, that was, he drove it off into that outside, but thought better of it. Now, right on the tailgate of the 31 of Jackson Clark, Joshua Altus up there, EJ Luna with a little blinky, but he's back now in 3rd. But now we got a battle for the race lead. We got the 25 of Abram Ghostin, 94 Joshua Altus side by side off of turn 2.
Good battle here, running off the spoiler camera of the 25. Does he take the lead? Yes, he does, in commanding fashion. Takes an easy 2 truck lengths away from the 94. New race leader Abram Ghostin, side by side, 3rd and 4th. EJ Luna finds himself on the top side for the first time in a while. He's trying to pass Will Bustler here. He's going to run him to the bottom. EJ not feeling too comfortable on the top. He gets tight on the bottom, though. This time, still able to make the pass. Clears the number 11 on the backstretch.
Yeah, now the 11 under the attack from the 15 of DJ Honeycutt as he dives to the inside. That is a battle for P4 as it sits right now. Side by side off turn 4 is DJ Honeycutt, Will Bustler.
Great battle here for the race lead. Still, Joshua Altus not giving up. EJ always sends it early here. Every single restart, it seems like. He's trying to get himself in there. Into P2, currently holds that podium position as we got a battle for P4 up on your screen. Will Bustler. Now EJ Luna versus DJ Honeycutt. This is going to flip-flop just a little bit. As they get a tight 54 bounced off the outside wall, that makes contact with Jackson Clark. More door contact twice now on the front straightaway.
Yeah, this racing is getting heated right now, Jeremy, between these trucks. Oh, Jackson Clark drifts up, makes contacts, very slight, with the 54 of Caleb Smith. They all gather it back up, but Jeremy, that was wicked close.
Yeah, this whole restart's been just close quarter racing up here in the top 10. Absolutely single file, top 5, top 6. Almost goes, with the 23, almost fun. The 27, Jacob Grant, going to count his blessings. Thomas Ogle almost just obliterated him off of turn 4. They lose about 5 truck lengths. That's the 92 and the 23 over Grant and everybody else ahead of them. As they go single file once more, they can cool off just a little bit. Jacob Grant going to the bottom here over Jackson. Into turn 3, can't make the first portion of the corner stick. Gets tight. Good driving there from the 31. Gonna try to clear and does clear the 27.
Yeah, it got, and again, Jeremy, that's where that highline drive comes into play. Drivers trying to stick it on the bottom, they can get that corner entry bite, but it's that corner exit where they have to back out and they have to chase it to prevent drifting up into the driver on the top side. It's a give and take, and it's very, very tough.
This racing's been tough, clean, fun for the most part here. Single file down the front straightaway. Lap 75 completed, onward to lap 76. As you see Jacob going to the bottom here, trying to battle off. These two guys have been 5 laps plus, trying to decide who's going to take whose position right here. This is for 10th and 11th on your screen. Then you got a big gap between them and 12th onwards back, all the way through about 19th. As these drivers, Dustin, continue to just fan themselves out top to bottom, Chicagoland style. One of the best mile and a halves brought back to the circuit. 3 wide front straightaway for 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
Yeah, battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Caleb Smith been creeping into the picture on that low side. DJ in the center. EJ Luna on that top side. Back to 2 wide. And now back to single file as DJ falls in line behind the 24 of EJ Luna. But up front, still the 25 of Avram Ghostin right now. Second place, Joshua Altus has about a 4-truck length advantage over second place right now. But Jeremy, it is anybody's race right now. All these drivers are so fast, so competitive, and so close. Will Bustler, Jacob Grant getting real close there. A little contact, door panel to door panel between the 27 and 11.
Rough racing here, but keeping it fun and clean. No spins between these guys. We've seen a lot of door contact all night long, and it doesn't seem to affect these trucks around Chicagoland here. Lap 78 about to be completed with the 25 F from Ghostin. 3 truck links over the 94 as we're single filed on the front straightaway here. Lap 79 underway. Caleb Smith back to the top here over DJ Honeycutt. Gets a nice little side draft, throws it into turn number 1 about mid lane. Gonna try to keep the 15 choked up on corner exit. He gets that, and now he's gonna slingshot himself with the draft of EJ Luna, and just like that, great work by Caleb. Gonna take the spot.
Yeah, the 54 definitely seems like he's more comfortable on that top side. Just a couple laps ago, he was on the attack on that low line, and it just was not panning out. But that top side, as long as you can choke up that driver on the inside, get that run, that seems like that is one of the best passing places. But we have seen a number of passes taking place on that low side too, Jeremy. So again, the driver's track, it all depends on how these drivers want to drive this track. I mean, you can be fast in a multitude of different lanes.
Yeah, you gotta watch that tire management though. It's so much fun to race here, but then 15 laps go by and you're like, where did my right front go? And you start to drop to the back here. So you gotta make sure you're checking that off while you're going 3 wide racing, because it seems like we've done that quite a bit here this evening. And we got our biggest movers on your screen with Nathan Van Zant up 13 spots. Currently right now, Thomas Ogle up 12, EJ Luna 11, Caleb Smith 11, and Chris Harrington up 9. That's your 5 biggest movers of the race, presented by the Nerditudes shirt lineup called the Shirtitudes. And right there, cycling on the left-hand side of your screen is our products, your sim racing gloves, your embroidered hats, and there's the Shirtitudes right there. Dustin's custom created design stuff for the ladies, for the men, for nerds, for whoever wants to be nerdy. Then there's our official gear if you want to support us with your cold attire coming up in the next 6 months, or our current jerseys that we are wearing right now for the broadcast. And that's at nerditudes.gg. Go to the Nerd Swag section, and lo and behold, you'll find the Shirtitudes right there on the website.
Yeah, excellent stuff. And again, we appreciate anything that you guys do, even just showing up and watching. Much respect and love out to everybody that does that, supports what we do. 11, Will Bustler into the wall on corner exit as a 23 of Thomas Ogle was on the inside. Bustler going to fall back to P9, so he's starting to fall back now, Jeremy. So again, you had just talked about those tires starting to play a factor, and we're starting to see it a little bit more. That right front gets superheated, and you do not have any turn going through the corner. It just wants to plow like a dump truck.
Absolutely does. And oh, Jacob Grant flirting with it. Oh my gosh, Dustin, did you see how much space he gave to himself to the outside wall? I don't know how he's able to do it. You know, that was a butt cheek clenching moment there. I would have thought there would have been wall glue. I don't know if he made any speed off of it, but he didn't lose anything, that's for sure. And he keeps in front of the 31 there. Let's see if he does it one more time. If you play it perfectly, there's a little air pressure that kind of kicks you away from the wall. Doesn't do much for you, but it can do just a little bit. And that time he did not do it. There's a good battle here. Almost 3 wide. I thought Thomas was going to go for it. Does not. Jackson Clark on the outside. Will Bustler into 3.
Yeah, this is a good battle right now for P7. Oh, door contact now between Will and Jackson Clark. And these drivers have been going at it pretty hard, Jeremy. A number of times throughout this race, it seems like we always see the 11 and the 31 in close battle on the track, and that's exactly what they're doing right now. Is the 11 Will Bustler finally clears the 31 of Jackson Clark. Now Thomas Ogle is going to try his hand at going to the inside of the 31.
Just to give you guys a quick update here as we're 2/3 of the way completed. 3 DNFs here tonight. It's going to be Ronnie Hurst finishing last, Stephen Rada second to last, and Paulie Torrance with a recent back out there. 3 DNFs, 3 drivers, only 1 lap down or more. That's Danny White, Ross Tatum, Donnie Honeycutt. As Ross has got 2 laps back because of the cautions. If he can pick up 1 or 2 more, he'll get himself back to lead. But right now, Danny White is the current leader out of the 1 lap down. But Dustin, him 64 versus the 1. I mean, that's not a race we're typically going to watch, but it's for Lucky Dog.
Oh, absolutely. That's for Lucky Dog. And they're nose to tail right now. So it's going to be a tight battle. And you better believe that these drivers know, especially when they're not on the lead lap like that, they know who they need to stay in front of. And Danny White surely knows he's got to stay in front of Mr. Zebra Cakes himself. And you better believe that Ross Tatum knows he's got to get past the one known as Danny White in order to get that extra lap presented by Extra Life.
And Danny's doing a great job right now holding them off. One's a little upset there off of turn 2. The truck look like got a little tight, loose situation going on. Danny's able to pull from him about a truck length on the back straightaway that time. So that's the current battle for the Lucky Dog spot. We'll turn our attention back to the upper half of the field. Joshua Altus, great launch off of turn 2. Going to look to the inside. Potential lead change happening. 94 to the inside. We've seen this pass happen a lot. Can't make it happen this time. Great launch off the corner by Abram Ghostin as pit stops. Caleb Smith, first one to come down.
Yeah, Caleb Smith coming down pit road now on that 54. So this is going to be what would be a scheduled stop, Jeremy. There are 30 laps to go in tonight's event. Once they complete this lap here, 54 in, clean stop, slides it in, nice. So again, this is going to open up that door, Jeremy, on what's going to happen here. So these drivers, we were factoring in roughly an estimated like 48 to 49 laps per fuel run. Tires are what is going to be the deciding factor in tonight's race, especially with as hard as these drivers are running, as the 94 of Altus, 25 of Ghostin are running. That's going to put the 24 of EJ Luna there as the 94 Altus gets a little loose on turn 2 exit.
Ice skating was Joshua Altus there up a turn 2 there. A lot of right wheel crank trying to hang on to it there as those tires are maybe want to come down the pit sooner or later to get those things changed off him, as he's got a handful. EJ Luna, we're going 3 wide for the race lead here. 29 laps to go.
Yeah, EJ Luna dove it down on the inside, taking advantage of seeing the 94 Joshua Altus get wicked loose a couple times. So he's going to take over P2, battling on the inside, Jeremy, but now no draft help. That top line going to lurch forward a little bit. EJ's going to have to work 3 wide into turn 3 for the race lead right now. Ghostin on the outside, Altus in the middle, Luna on the inside. Still 3 wide as we come down the front stretch right now. Just clears the 24, does the 94 of Altus.
How many leagues can go 3 wide for the race lead when it's not a super speedway? You can check mark the box that OTSS is up doing it here at Chicagoland with over 80 laps in the pocket, under 40 laps to go at 28 laps left. And here, TwistedSpeedSetups.com. Lap leaders, Abram Ghostin 38, Joshua Altus 25. So those two, 1 and 2 right now on your screen combined for over 60 laps led. That's half the event here this evening here for the Mary Jones Classic. Jackson Clark up with 18 laps led, and Ronnie Hurst, who has a DNF, has 12 in his pocket here this evening. So there you go.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate about the 33 of Ronnie Hurst, too. I mean, obviously one of the faster trucks out here tonight. and mechanical hardware malfunction put him down and out, and that's a tough one.
2x2x2. A lot of the drivers here we're getting a couple drivers on pit road. Some cycling starting to happen here. A lot of these drivers, Dustin, look at this. It's just 30 laps into our run, man. And we have leaders stacked on top of each other at a 1.5-mile track. Typically, you'd see way more spacing for this type of track, but nope. Chicagoland is such a beautiful place for these trucks. What a combination of track. Oh, the third mechanical failure.
What just happened?
Your second place truck.
And there's the caution. And
this evening.
Jeremy, we just talked about this. We were talking about 2 mechanical failures having hardware issue in the race, and we had just seen our third. And that's not even what brought the caution out. It was actually, oh my, this is crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to listen to Abram
right
Gustin's
there. And that one
report.
there was Jonathan Gaston just trying to miss the 25 of Abram Gustin, came up and just left rear hooked the 23 of Thomas Ogle, and that's tough. But we're gonna back this up, Jeremy, because I mean it's like I said, that to see one, I mean, we really don't see one mechanical failure all that often, but to see 2 and then 3 is just crazy.
And Dustin, it's all. I'm trying to. The wheel's cranked left, and I don't know if that's intentional or not. It's kind of weird.
No,
watch his wheel here. Like, it's kind of weird. Like, he's driving on a keyboard. As you're gonna rewind it for me when I was calling it out here. Watch his smooth, consistent driving, and then just locks up. Right, nothing there. It hits the wall. The wall contact shoots the wheel left. Then it looks like he's on keyboard, but then watch this. All of a sudden, right about. Oh no, on your end it stayed kind of choppy. On my end, it eventually became a straight, smooth wheel, which was kind of bizarre.
Yeah, see, there's wheel input. There should always be some type of wheel input, and then right there, that's when, and then locked up, no input, and then boom, done. When there is absolutely zero input and that thing is just locked solid like that, it is a hardware issue with the wheel that locked it up, Jeremy, and that is going to account for our third mechanical failure for drivers' wheel hardware tonight.
And this is reminding me of, I think if I have my memory serves me right, 2008 at Indianapolis, where the tire would blow at every 11 or 12 laps. Like, is Chicagoland just that hard on the driver equipment these days? All these guys aren't running cheap equipment. They're running Moza. They're running Fanatec. I know we run Moza. Quality, very good quality equipment. And we've had 3 mechanical failures, a couple coming from the front of the field. This is a very odd event for how great this race has been.
Oh, absolutely. And that's what we were talking about. Jeremy, we could go 8 races or more without seeing a mechanical hardware malfunction from a driver's, steering equipment. And we have seen not 1, not 2, but 3 take place tonight.
Hold on. Back that up. Polly Torrance, he's on the YouTube chat. He backed out because of a mechanical failure with hardware equipment. So 4.
Get out of here.
Chalk it up
way.
With 4.
4?
Here we got Ronnie Hurst on the chat saying, "Let's go, boys." So thank you, Ronnie, for jumping in. Polly as well. But 4 mechanical failures this evening, bringing out all the cautions.
That
here
is
tonight.
Crazy. Ronnie Hurst with the mechanical, Polly Torrance with the mechanical, Donnie Honeycutt with the mechanical, and now Abram Gustin with the mechanical. That is crazy. My gosh. We get ready to go back to green flag. Bobby Mantle leads the way. He's going to take off right now. He's got EJ Luna and Joshua Altus on his tailgate right now, Jeremy, as they go off into 1.
Great racing here. Up each other's 3 wides. That was not supposed to come out that way, but here we go. Joshua Altus going to clear the 89. He backs up back to 4th, 5th place here. Jacob Grant's going to try to side draft. Will Bussler's going to go 3 wide. for 4th place. Jacob Grant's going to run him close. Loosey Goosey is the 11. These tires are cold. Be careful. Jacob's going to get that pass cleared almost. So close. Does technically do it. Will's going to drive it back to the bottom. Get door to door here with the 27. Race lead up for grabs there. DJ Luna throwing in everything to try to get that 24 to the front finally.
Yeah, he's been working on the 15 at DJ Honeycutt, but DJ gets that exit speed that just pulls him further ahead, plus the draft pull from the 94 Joshua Altus, and it's been given the 24 fits.
Will Bustler, number 11, just door slams the 27 really hard.
Oh, he's got damage. He's got heavy damage on that left side there. Fender's completely gone, Jeremy. That is not a very good handling truck right now.
And that was just a slam to the outside wall off the corner exit, turn number 4. And actually it came from a bump from the 27, a little crossover action, I think is what set this thing off. Crosses the 27, bumps him into the back end. Comes down the track, maybe out of aggression or maybe just trying to save the truck.
I think he was still trying to save it there, Jeremy, because, I mean, he was still bobbing and weaving all over the place.
Yeah, that truck was very unsteady all the way through until about halfway down the front straightaway. So Will's got a lot of damage there. I'm assuming Jacob Grant's truck could be okay, could be a little off pace, because if the whole fender came off the 11, you know the right door panel of the 27's got a little injury to it as well.
Oh, absolutely. And yeah, that just looked like that was just from a very quick move to perform the slide job on that corner exit to go up there. And it almost looked like he reacted because he was closing in on that wall just a little too fast and tried to turn it a little bit. When he actually turned into it, it looked like it started getting loose. Could have been a little bit from the 27 packing air on the rear. We know that these trucks do not like packing air on the back end and the spoilers of these trucks. It will get them upset and loose, so that probably didn't help matters at all, especially with that quick move.
100% there. Top 5 right now in contention, 17 laps remaining in this event. And just to give you a quick update, that last caution, Ross Tatum did get around Danny White, so Ross is back on the lead lap, 10 seconds back.
No, he didn't. He didn't get around him. Danny White got the extra lap presented by Extra Life. Ross Tatum stayed out to get the wave around.
That's why he's 10 plus seconds back. That makes way more sense now. Okay, well, thank you for that clarification. As Dustin's got all the stat sheets and he's working the panel button. I'm just here talking to y'all, and I know less than what he does. So check this out.
Oh, you're
Look at this,
doing
the
fantastic.
45 out of nowhere. Look at Tyler Honeycutt. This guy is becoming the Dale Cheer to this series, man. Just in the late going of these races. Where did he come from in the top 5 as Jonathan Hammond slams the outside wall? Yeah,
that was a hard impact, too, for the 92. But yeah, I mean, Tyler Honeycutt, and I was going to make mention of that before all this stuff was going on with Will Bustler. And fantastic save, by the way, Will, on that one there, and Jacob Grant, because that could have been way worse. But it got lost in translation. But yeah, Tyler Honeycutt coming out of nowhere. But right now, DJ Honeycutt's been trying to figure out a way to get around the 94 of Joshua Altus right now. He's tried a couple times. He's had to choke it up a couple times, and he's lost momentum. And we've got a spin on the front stretch. Steven Abasad spinning, mowing the grass, doing a little bit of work, coming back up. Woo-hoo-hoo.
Keep the tires. Oh, here we go. Nerd TV replays. We're going to watch Steven Abasad go from Uptown.
Ooh.
He cut that little close on Thomas Ogle's.
That's what started it. Yep. He drifted up and just barely made the contact. It started right rear hooking him, but he fought it, and that's what snapped him left down through and doing a little lawn maintenance for Chicagoland Speedway here.
Yeah, a little lawnmower on that Budweiser number 2 there. And Polly Torrance actually trolled us all in the chats. He said he was the mechanical failure, not the truck. So. That's what we call
Get out of here.
Operator error. Or operator error.
Freaking all right, Polly. You got us. You got us, my guy. That was well played. Well played, my man.
We were so vulnerable that we were willing to count it.
He's like, you know what? We're gonna look up gullible in the dictionary, and you're gonna find Jeremy and Dustin's pictures there with the Nerd TV logo, because that just happened.
Love you there. But coming up to 11 laps to go. Things are getting spicy up here. Little calm before the storm. You see it brewing. These 5 trucks at any moment can hit the go pedal a little bit harder and spring themselves up to the race lead. Joshua Altis, I think, up to the most laps led tonight. We're going to pull up our TwistedSpeedSetups.com lap leaders, and yep, by 2 laps, Altis to the point, and will continue to progress as Abram Ghostin is out of this race from the third, not the fourth, the third mechanical failure. As you see the 45 on the, yeah, thanks, guy. what a hero.
Oh, what a pal.
10 laps to go, Dustin. 10 to go. Chicagoland is one of the best races of the 2026 B season in these trucks. Is about to come to conclusion.
Yeah, it really is. And I know we've been focusing on this battle up here because it's been such a heated battle, but we're going to go through some of the field here. Jason Pick. Let's talk about this guy. Clean driving all race long, put himself in a solid top 10 in 6th place, Jeremy, and he's ready to pounce. If anything happens to those drivers in the top 5, he's ready to pounce and claim the top 5. Thomas Ogle, another good, clean race, has had a couple close calls, but still finding himself in a solid top 10. Jacob Grant, you seen that contact there between him and the 11 when the 11 got loose. Great save by both drivers, running in 8th place. And how about Alejandro Khan, Jeremy? We don't get a chance to talk about this guy very often, but I tell you what, solid top 10, up 14 positions. Him and Thomas Ogle right now tied for the most positions gained at 14. Solid top 10 run for driver 47. And Carson Osborne, we've seen some wall contact earlier on. You've seen the contact between him and Steve Rada when Steve kind of cut it close and tried to clear over his nose. But solid top 10 right now. And then, Jackson Clark, we've seen him up front. He's running just outside the top 10 trying to rebound. And Caleb Smith, we've seen him up in the top 5 and top 3. So that's just kind of a run through your top 12, Jeremy, as we go back up front.
This is where the battle is, but great shout-outs there along throughout the field, Dustin, as we got 7 laps remaining. Gaston gives all the space to the top 4. 5th place, Jonathan Hammond, who slapped the wall about 5 laps prior, is starting to fall back a little bit. Too tight of a truck, I would imagine, as we're almost 3 wide as they fan out. Top, middle, bottom goes DJ, EJ, and Tyler. And they go back to single file here, back straightaway into turn 3. Going to be 6 laps to go this time at the line. Altus's truck is looking a little loose on entry. DJ's going to give up some room there, has to check up before slamming the wall off the exit 4.
Yeah, and tires definitely playing a factor. You talked about the 92 of Jonathan Hammond. There are 6 laps left to go in this race, Jeremy. We just talked about the 53 of Jason Pick has been back there running solid. If that truck in 92 is as ill handling from that wall contact that we seen just 6 laps ago, that 53 could be in line to nab a top 5 as well. So something we're going to have to keep an eye on because that 53 is closing in.
5 laps remaining in the Mary Jones Classic here. And the Classic, it has been fantastic stuff here. We're going to watch a fantastic ending to this race. Altus trying to pull away. EJ is searching, goes up to the very tip top. It's going to bring Tyler Honeycutt to the inside of the 24 as we keep on the roof camera of EJ Luna into turn 3. Tyler has him almost cleared. Not going to be able to do it this time. EJ's going to get a decent run here off of turn 4. Look at him closing in on the 15. Can he clear the 45? Yes, for the time being. Back to sole possession of P3 with 4 to go.
Yeah, Tyler has been trying to figure out a way to get past the 24 for about the last 4 to 5 laps now and just cannot get it completed. He can get almost cleared, and then it's that high line exit. But now you see EJ Luna trying to work that midline right now, closing in on the 15. He closes in, crosses down low, hits the apron there, trying to get that run. But Jeremy, we have not seen EJ work that bottom very well. It seems like he's out that midline, gets super close, pushes both drivers up the track.
Yeah, he just can't run the bottom right now. The tires are shot on that thing. His long run, I'm surprised he's able to hang on this long on his set of virtual Goodyears, just because how much he's been going full throttle early in these runs. But all that just allowed Altis to just break away. 2 laps remaining for the driver, the number 94, which, by the way, his team, SNB Motorsports, has won the last 3 of the 4 races. Ross did it at Michigan, and then 2 weeks later it was Joshua Altis. Last week was Ross Tatum, and they're going to cycle the torch back to Altis if he can hang on for the next lap and a half. And how fitting is it that the one truck is just there in the picture as Tyler Honeycutt sneaks himself into second place, squeaks it around, very close, 1 lap to go.
1 lap to go in this battle right here. This is the battle for second place, is right now currently held by the 45 of Tyler Honeycutt. Joshua Altis, as long as he keeps it clean, he's got this thing in the bag, but this is the close battle right now for second and third, the final 2 Nerd TV podium spots. Who is it going to be? 45 Tyler Honeycutt in second, 15 DJ Honeycutt in third. And Jeremy, I just don't think that DJ Luna has got enough for this, as Joshua Altis is going to come off turn 4, cross the line, and win his second race in 4 starts.
Beautiful stuff there. 3 in a row for SNB Motorsports. Great finish there. Tyler Honeycutt, where did he come from? To second place. Late in the going there, outdoes his teammate DJ Honeycutt. EJ 4th. Jonathan Hammond finishes in the top 5 as they all congratulate Joshua Altis, winner of the Mary Jones Classic.
Yeah, fantastic race. What a show to put on for Grandma Honey G herself, who absolutely loves watching these drivers come out here and do their thing. And man, do they make it look good, Jeremy.
See if you can make this burnout look just as good as that race performance there from the 94. This is going to help further his points adventure in this season. We'll do a little bit of burnout, then we'll go over the unofficial results and then grab our top 3, of course. Altis currently came into this race 6th place in points, 74 points out. Easily going to take over 5th and 4th, so it'll put him in that 4th spot, as Tyler is going to pass Jacob Grant more than likely. It's going to be really close there for 2nd through 5th in the points. At the Burn It Down podcast guy burns it down here on the front straightaway of Chicago.
Yeah, fantastic race. Points are definitely going to get jumbled up. We know Ross Tatum has got a race he's going to have to miss due to Little Debbie work. It's gonna come down to Vegas, Jeremy. And we called that at the start of the season, that it was going to come all the way down to Vegas. Drivers are going to have to be gambling to try to take home that Season 2 chip for the OTSS Select Series presented by Empower Ed Research Institute. It's going to be a fun one. Definitely not going to want to miss it.
1,000%. As here we go, unofficial results. Going to be displayed here on your screen. We're going to go over the top 10, look over some mile markers through the race here, and here you go. Joshua Altis, Tyler Honeycutt, DJ Honeycutt. Going to be in your podium with EJ and Hammond. Going to be rounding out your top 5. Jason Pick ends up in 6th. Thomas Ogle in 7th. Jacob Grant, P8. Alejandro Khan and Jackson Clark, after a fantastic run here in the first half of the event, ends up in 10th place. And you see Altis takes the most laps led at 51. Fastest lap belongs to that 31 of Jackson Clark at a 31.339. Avram Ghostin with that pole position, of course. And Thomas Ogle earning the Hard Charger Award, plus 14 positions to finish out this event. We have our top 3. Let's go grab them as we're going to fire up the iRacing iFlag post-race show. And we're going to go through first. So we're going to bring in the 15 of Mr. DJ Honeycutt. DJ, you started 7th. You finished 3rd there. Great battle with your teammate at the end.
Yeah, it was a tough one, man. There's a lot of slipping and sliding out there, just battling for every freaking foot you can get. It was a lot of fun, but man, I'm tired.
I bet, man. Yeah, I tell you what, you guys put on a hell of a show. I guarantee you, your grandma is definitely probably enjoying this race and every lap that you guys put on. Man, later in the stages, you tried everything to get around that 94. You threw everything at him except for the kitchen sink, and it probably wouldn't have hurt to throw the kitchen sink at him. But man, you had to check up a few times. That really killed your run. Was there anything that you could have done differently? Because hindsight's 2020. Looking back on it now, to maybe try to give you that chance to get around that 94 to take that top spot.
Yeah, there's a lot of things you can think of. But, I mean, it's really tough with this aero package at this kind of track. It's man, if you're the leader with clean air, it's hard to do anything early in the run, and the longer the run goes, and the tires start slipping, it's a little bit easier to get it done. But I mean, maybe it kind of being in that spot in second is tough because you're trying to keep up with the leader. You're trying to make that move because I want to get out there and get clean air, but also I got EJ breathing down my neck. I'm trying to block him for my life because I mean, like I said, if you get behind one or two cars, it's tough to make that up. So maybe I should have let EJ go and let them race it out, and me try to come in and just like sit in the wings and maybe try to get like a last couple lap run towards the front, and maybe that could have helped me better. It's just man, it was tough running behind them and getting that dirty air, and then just the tires going like it did at the end of the run. So it's unfortunate, but I mean third place and just having that much fun slipping and sliding. That was a fun time.
Yeah, that race out there from our perspective was probably the best of the season. Just so much fun to watch. All the lanes being used at all times, and the slip and the slide makes it a true driver's track and makes it the best racing possible. And you still got third place, so congratulations on that. Any shout outs before we let you go?
Yeah, absolutely. The special lady this week, my grandma Mary, for her 70th birthday. This whole race went out to her. So happy late birthday to you, Grandma Mary. It was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed watching it, and hope everybody here had a good time racing it.
I appreciate your time, sir. Third place finisher, DJ Honeycutt. We'll see you next week at Phoenix.
All right, guys. Later.
All right, now it's time to bring in our second place finisher, the man who kind of snuck in the last half of the race. Driver number 45 starts 11th, doesn't show up till 40 laps to go. Tyler Honeycutt, great battle with your teammate and with EJ Luna. Solid second place finish.
Thank you, sir. How you guys doing tonight?
Hey, man, we're doing fantastic here. The racing was phenomenal. I think that race, top notch. What do you think from behind your wheel? Took you a little bit to get to the front, but I'm sure you had a lot of fun out there tonight.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. It was a long one actually. Just those laps are just you got to zone like lock in because it's very tight, loose, and slippery, and all the above. But I found out after that first run pretty early on that I think I had the best long run truck because I was just able to run down a lot of guys. It was just hard to pass. And then at the end there, if I could have got by DJ and EJ a little bit quicker, I do think I had something for Josh because, like I said, I felt like I had probably the best or one of the best long run trucks. And um, I don't really have much practice at this track. I've only ran here a few times, so I was surprised to run so good. And but yeah, it was a lot of fun. Good clean racing. I know there was just a few cautions for the unfortunate like hardware issues. People's wheels and stuff were going out, unfortunately. But no, other than that, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about that. It was wild. I mean, we can go races and races without seeing a wheel go out. We seen 3 wheels go out tonight. It was crazy.
Nice.
But yeah, I mean, you came out of nowhere. Excellent run. We're talking championship. We got 2 weeks left. We got Phoenix, and then we got Vegas. We know that championship it's gonna get close. We called it at the start of the season that it was gonna come all the way down to Las Vegas, and that's exactly what it's looking like it's going to. We know Ross Tatum is gonna have to miss a race and take a provisional. That's gonna put him last place. That's gonna close points up even more. That's gonna come down to Las Vegas, my guy. What are your plans and what do you expect out of Las Vegas and for the rest of this season to maybe try to repeat on that and successfully defend that OTSS Select Series Season 1 championship?
Oh dang, I didn't know he was gonna miss a race. I guess I just got to start practicing. I haven't really been practicing at all this season. I've just been showing up the night of and racing. And
This kid.
the last
This
few
guy.
weeks have the last few weeks I've shown. I've been running mid pack to back of the pack pretty much the last few weeks, and I don't know. I just haven't had it in me to sit and do the practice. I've been really tired. A lot of long days at work this past few weeks. But now that you said that, and I have a chance again, I guess I'll start running a few laps throughout the week and see if I can't come back and win another one. I didn't know he was missing a race. That's pretty cool.
This guy, Jeremy, says that he guesses he's gonna start practicing now that he knows he has a
I
chance.
suppose.
Hey, I ran like 20 laps for this race, man. Before the race, I just showed
Oh,
up.
you know what?
You
You guys crack us up, man. You really do. Absolutely. We
got it. You got it.
we
I'm not gonna lie. I haven't had it in me the last few weeks to practice, but I guess I'll start practicing for the next ones.
Yeah, and Ross had a bad night tonight. He came in 41 up. He's gonna cut that probably in half, and then if he misses next week, which sounds like he is, you and Jacob Grant gonna be gloves off trying to battle for this thing because you guys are within I think 5 points after this event. So good luck to you, man. We'll see what you can do there at Phoenix, and as Ghost Motorsports increases the team standings, as you had a 1 point lead over Old Dogs Racing coming in tonight. That goes an extended with you and DJ in the top three. Any shout outs you want to give out though?
Yeah, for sure. Shout out to you guys for the broadcast. Can't wait to go back and watch it. You always do a great job. I always say, you always have been the best in the business from when I started watching you. So keep that up. Shout out to all the drivers tonight. Other than those few hardware issues, it was pretty dang good racing. Um, Very clean for the most part. Shout out to my teammates, Ghost Motorsports. You know, DJ had a good run. I think Dad, he had a hardware issue, which sucks, and Bradley, I think, got wrecked in one of the wrecks. But other than that, shout out to my grandma. This is the Mary Jones Classic tonight. It was her birthday on Sunday. She turned a big 70 years old. She's probably ours and your guys' biggest fan. Always, on her feet, going crazy for us on Tuesday nights, and we love her. Hopefully, she keeps up that energy, and maybe we can go get another championship.
Absolutely, man. Congrats on second place. We'll catch you next week, and we'll see how this playoff or this the season unfolds here in the next 2 weeks.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Tyler Honeycutt giving us big appraisal there. Appreciate you, sir. And now it's time to load up the the Icon Apparel Company victory lane, as we're gonna bring in the guy who's holding the torch for the team.
And
3
bragging
straight
rights now.
SMB wins in a row. He's won the last 2 of the 3. The team's won the last 3 of the 4 and the past 4 of the 6. These guys are virtually unstoppable. Joshua Altus, congratulations on a very good win here, leading the most laps.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a good night. Came in still pissed off from last week, man. So I just carried that energy over, and yeah, I don't even. I'm trying to think. I think I ran just a couple laps of practice because I had to put my little girl down, and she was fighting it tonight. So fortunately, I had just run here at Chicagoland in another league a couple days ago. So granted, that one was at night, so it was a little bit of a different feel, but at least had a little bit of a feel coming into tonight, and yeah, we were fast. I was really happy with everything.
You guys and barely getting any practice coming in and making it look easy, Jeremy. I
You got
wish
it. You got it, man.
I guess
Well,
you got it. You
let me
got it.
clarify. Let me clarify a little bit. So
Yeah, please do.
my practice is I just race a lot. Like I just, I mean, if you put a wheelbarrow in front of me, I'd try to race somebody. So if I can, take care of the family at night and everything, and get the little one down, I'm hopping on the sim. And I probably belong in like 8 different leagues, and I just look up and see who's racing. So I get a lot of seat time. So I guess if you want to count that as practice, I just don't come in and like, look up and go, oh, it's Chicagoland. I'm gonna go run 40 laps of practice or 50. Like, I just I do better by just kind of getting in and feeling it out. And, I was just telling Tyler too, because he was joking with me and he's like, I need to start practicing. And I said, don't, honestly, because I was honestly probably a worse driver when I practiced for specific races because it's so hard to emulate the settings of the track and everything. And I found that if you practice, you get used to it one way, and then you'll get in the lobby and it feels completely different, and then it kind of screws you up. So I just show up, man, and run, a couple laps, and get a feel for it and let her rip.
All right. You see now that makes sense, Jeremy. That makes sense from a pretend race car driver standpoint like you and I. That makes sense. I tell you what, though, man, you did a hell of a job tonight. Uh, absolutely love this track. It puts on some of the best racing, and you guys did just that with what you guys were doing. You clearly have bragging rights again for this coming week. So how is that going to work? Because I tell you what, these point standings for your teammate Ross Tatum's getting close. It's kind of a bummer that you weren't able to catch the full season because with what you've been doing in the later stages of the season, man, you've been making some big moves and some big gains. How do you feel you would have been faring if you would have been able to catch everything from the start, from the get go?
Yeah, I definitely think we could have been a contender for the championship. I was telling Bobby pre-race and DJ post-race that I came into the season and we just had a lot of bad luck at the first races of the season. We got I think we were running like top five and got wrecked coming to the line at Daytona, which that's Daytona. Anything can happen. And then we were really fast at I think it was Worldwide Technology, and Bobby Mantle had an issue and took us out there, and then I think we got red somewhere, or I missed Darlington because I was at the beach. So it's just the first three or so, and then I suck at road courses. I had to start dead last because I missed qualifying and I was on dad duty. So, like a great parent, I made my daughter stay up so I could sim race, and she was pulling on my arm the whole time. So yeah, just the first like 4 weeks, just it didn't go very well. And at that point, I just kind of mentally was like, you know what, I'm not going to worry about points. I'm going to just show up and try to collect trophies. And I knew we were fast, and I knew it was just going to be a matter of time. And yeah, the last 3 weeks have been really good. Obviously, getting the win. Where were we 2 weeks ago? I can't even remember now. But got that win, and then really felt like I should have won that race last week, and made that mistake with Ross, and then we were good tonight. So, but to answer your question about the bragging rights, man, it's annoying because Ross is so humble, he won't brag, and I'm like, dude, can you please shit talk me a little bit just so I can like throw it back at you sometimes? Because like I'm raring to go, like I like to have fun and mess with people, and he's just like, oh, I got lucky, or yeah, you should have won that race, I just got lucky. And he won't kind of play into it a little bit. So it doesn't make it as fun for me because he's just like, yeah, you're right, you were fast, you deserve it. And I'm like, come on, man, like go
Have
back
a
and
little
forth
fun
with.
with it. Yeah.
That's right. So I don't know. Russ is he's a great dude, and I feel bad for him tonight. He had some internet issues. I think he would have been right there with me. Honestly, I kind of got lucky in the standpoint because he had saved a set of tires, and he was just trying to hope to get back on the lead lap. And I think if he could have gotten back on the lead lap, and him having an extra set of tires, he could have been trouble. He definitely could have driven through the field and given us some work. But yeah, it was just a fun race, man. It's like you said, Chicagoland always puts on a good show. It was difficult because every time we get in the run, I would try to save my tires, and then I'd let those guys go burn it up a little bit, and then I'd start going, and then like every time I was ready to start taking off on the long run, we got a caution. And so it was a little touch and go there when we got that last caution because I think it was like 25 to go. And I'm like, if I was half the field, stay out and maybe try to catch another one. But fortunately, it played out. I think that was really going to be the only thing that was going to derail us tonight is if we got an untimely yellow and we got, just off on strategy. But fortunately, everything kind of fell into place and cautions kind of came out, during our windows and everything. And we were able to keep it clean and bring it home.
Yeah, I tell you what, that's excellent, man. It's unfortunate that he's so humble that he doesn't have a little fun with it. But it sounds accurate because we've been giving him a hard time about the little Debbies, and it's a running joke on the little Debbies and waiting for him to do it. I did send him our addresses. He did ask for him, Jeremy, so he does have our addresses. But it was funny that he posted up that AI picture of him as little Debbie.
Oh
And
yeah,
all it took was me saying, if we don't get some little Debbies in the mail, this is going to
right.
be his
That's
driver pick on the broadcast. And
it's
he's
a
like, send me your
good,
addresses. I'm like, man,
a
you
good
made that
trick.
too easy. So maybe
I do have to. I have to do a quick harmless plug for him, just because again he's so humble and he won't do it. But I don't know if you guys saw. I posted in the Discord. Anyone that's listening, if you don't like Little Debbie's, you're probably a serial killer. So for every normal person that likes Little Debbie's, go support Ross. He's doing a little fundraiser right now for his daughter's soccer team. They're trying to raise some money for some uniforms, and they're selling like the big boxes of the Little Debbie's, and they're like $6, which is just retail price. So any money you guys want to go, shoot Ross a message on Discord. He'll hook you up, and all the proceeds are going to go to his little girl soccer team. So
there you
in,
go.
in case you guys want a little extra, I know he's going to hook you guys up. But if you want a little extra, go support him.
I ain't gonna hang on some Little Debbie's in my pantry. That's for a fact, man. Yeah, I'll take a look at that for sure, man. Congratulations, though. We're gonna wrap this thing up here. Any shout outs you want to give out other than for Ross's side?
Yeah, just obviously you guys at the Nerditudes, man. We say it every week, but you guys do such a great job. I'm
Okay.
probably gonna go watch this one tonight, man. It's always more fun to watch the broadcast back when you win. So gonna go watch that. So I appreciate you guys, man. You're a lot of fun. Just S&B Motorsports. I appreciate all my teammates. Ross and I have both kind of been on a heater recently. We got Will Bustler and Victory Lane at Bristol. We were missing Logan Brakey tonight. I'm not sure what he had going on, but he couldn't make it. And then it's been fun having Tom Ogle race with us as well. So just been a lot of fun, man. It's always a good time hopping on with the boys, and especially when we have speed. It's fun to come out and showcase what we can do. So thank you to the honeycuts. I know Ross and I's kind of running joke is we try to add one every time. So I think we're up to 28 honeycuts. We want to thank all 28 of the honeycut family for everything they do for this league. They're great, and this is one of the best leads I've run in, truly. So it's been a blast. And yeah, just a couple quick sponsor plugs. The Burn It Down podcast, as you guys already know. I'll try to give Ross a little bit of bragging rights. Maybe see if he takes a little bit of a bait this week. We'll see. But go check us out, man. We're just a couple idiots talking all things NASCAR. So go check us out on YouTube, TikTok, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all your platforms. Just go give us a like, follow, and just see what we talk about. We like to stir the pot, I should say, with different topics and whatnot. So it's a lot of fun. Ross does a great job with all the editing on that. And then Sinvar Roofing and Solar. Anyone looking in the Virginia area needs a roof, solar. Send me a message. We'll get you a fit step with the roof and save you some money with solar. And then last but certainly not least, I got to just give my little girl a shout out, Ivory. She'll be turning 4 next week, so we're gonna have a little pool party for her this weekend. So I just can't believe how much she's grown up already. If you guys are dads, you probably feel the same way with your kids. If not, I'm sure you'll see that one day. And yeah, it's just obviously this is a lot of fun. We enjoy being able to race and spend time with our families and everything. So just appreciate the wife for letting me get on the sim, and obviously Ivory, just happy birthday, and I love you. And I know she'll be seeing this on the broadcast, and she'll like that. So
Cool. Very cool, man. Well, enjoy the rest of your evening. Great job here this past few weeks. Your team's been killing it, and we'll catch you for the Burn It Down sponsored race next week at Phoenix.
that's right. Appreciate it, guys. We're going to go for 4 in a row for S&B. Unfortunately, I don't think Ross is going to be able to make it, so we'll have one less bullet in the chamber, but I'm going to do my best to go back to back and see if we can win our own race.
10-4, man. Go get it. We'll talk to you then.
Thank you, boys. Have a great night.
Yes, sir. You too. All right. Joshua Altis, winner at Chicago, with a lot to say. He said he was pissed off still after last week, and boy, did he follow through, leading the most laps, closing the thing out. With probably the biggest lead we've seen in the whole entire race in the last 10 or 15 laps of this one.
Yeah, it was action packed from drop of the green flag to drop of the checkered flag. So fantastic event. Sponsored by Donnie Honeycutt, the Mary Jones Classic. So again, hopefully you thoroughly enjoyed the show, Grandma Honey G, on that. always appreciate having you watch and view as we do each and every one of you guys. So excellent job, but Jeremy, it's going to be a wild one next week at Phoenix, and it's that championship. I'm telling you, is going to come down to Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas, baby! It's going to be a good one.
It sure is. Phoenix is going to be fun, but Vegas is going to be just as fun as Chicago. So, guys, stay tuned for that. We also broadcast on Thursdays for the Smoky Mountain Sim Racing Truck Series. If you want to tune into that, feel free to do such. And that's it for us tonight. So, you guys have a great rest of your evening. Stay safe. Get your nerd on. Dustin, what you got for him?
And remember, not goodbye, just till next time. Stay nerdy out there.
Touchscreen and louder to the range. Fuel burns in the glow of the pixel blaze. The rubber is rolling with a fist clenched tight. Your TV lights up the endless night. Fight to fight, we live the speed. No TV feeds our endless need. Heartbeats pounding, engines cry. Best broadcast under the virtual sky. Turn the wheel, feel the breakneck roll. Sim racers tearing through the thunder soul. Gear shifts crack like a lightning storm. Digital warriors breaking the norm. Turn the wheel, feel the breakneck roll. Sim racers tearing through the thunder soul. Gear shifts crack like a lightning storm. Digital warriors breaking the norm. Fight to fight, we live the speed. No TV feeds our endless need. Heartbeats pounding, engines cry. Best broadcast under the virtual sky. Through each hairpin, a battle unfolds. Victory forged in the fire of the bold. Neon dreams fuel the tracks we tear. No TV shows us who dares to care. Fight to fight, we live the speed. No TV feeds our endless need. Heartbeats pounding, engines cry. Best broadcast under the virtual sky. Touchscreen and louder to the